morning. You are tuned into 1100 WSGI, and this is Lee Marie with The Go Show, your source for information, inspiration, and always a few dates to add to your calendar. And we have a great weekend coming up. I'm so excited. But before we do that, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much. We are so grateful. You are just so amazing. Thank you for the show. Take it exactly where you want it to go. Heavenly Father, we love you. We praise you. We need you. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. All right, good morning.
Good morning, Lee Marie.
How are you?
Doing very well. It's always good to see you.
You too. Are you so excited or what?
Yes, it's going to happen whether I'm excited or not, but I am excited for the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival this weekend.
Amen and hallelujah. So I have a lot to say about it, but I'm going to wait and say that stuff after you leave.
Okay, yeah.
Because you've got a lot of stuff, and I know you have a meeting right at 8:30, so I'm going to let you go ahead and tell everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put the camera just on you.
Oh, wow.
Here.
You can do that?
Oh, I can. So there's us, and there's you.
Oh, you are high tech. My goodness.
Well,
No, absolutely. I'll tell you all about it and let you catch your breath since you came flying in here. But the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival is this weekend. It's Friday night, all day Saturday. On Friday evening, we're going to start at 5 o'clock. We begin with our what's called the Dan Kelly Junior Fiddle Contest, but it's not just for fiddlers. It's for all youth musicians. So if you know anybody that plays any kind of bluegrass instrument, fiddle, mandolin, banjo, guitar, harmonica would be fine too. Anything that fits in with the bluegrass band, send them on out. 14 and under, we have cash prizes, and all the kids are going to compete in one class for those prizes. This year, we're doing something a little bit different with clogging. We've had really good participation in the past with clogging, so we're doing a 14 and under clogging. But this year, we're also going to expand that to 15 and up.
So two divisions?
Two divisions. And part of that is we get a lot of these junior cloggers who age out.
Yeah.
And we've got just some outstanding kids that we want to be able to compete. But, once you get to be 15, you're competing with the grown-ups too. So you grown-ups, and I'm looking at you, Lee Marie, come on out. Come on out, put your clogging shoes on and compete. We have cash prizes for the junior clogging and different prizes for the 15 and up clogging division. And after we finish up with all the competition, we're going to roll inside the barn for the big barn dance, which is
my favorite part.
It is. It's been so popular the last several years. I was looking through the video footage for the past several years. I saw a lot of Lee Marie square dancing. And we want to tell people you can come out for the square dance. If you want to try it, we encourage it. We want as many people to try it because Lee Marie can tell you it's really easy to do. They'll give you instructions and lead you through it. And then if you get worn out or embarrassed, you can just sit down and watch.
No, and it's funny because Monday night at the Tennessee Firearms Association, I was telling them about the dance.
Yeah.
And I was telling them because someone said, well, I don't know how. And I said, those are actually the people that have the most fun. I said,
really, absolutely.
because we crash into people and go the wrong way. And then all of a sudden, there's a guy. I mean,
it's amazing too. You follow the instructions and you feel really awkward at first. But then once the flow gets going, you realize, oh, that's how this is so cool. Is it becomes instinctual pretty quickly,
right?
And you can imagine if you did that like you do often, do it every week. You could follow a caller and just go all night long. It is a lot of fun. But bring your lawn chair and just sit and watch. It's fun for that. It's great for the kids. 12 and under get in free to the festival.
That is so awesome.
And the admission for grown-ups is $10, and that's for both Friday and Saturday. We're going to have an armband for you. Okay. So it's a great bargain and a lot of fun. Then Saturday, the music's going to start at 11. Okay. What we're going to do is kick off the lineup, and I'll have to get my phone out to make sure I get you the schedule right. But I'll go over the lineup and tell you a little bit about these bands. Tomorrow on Laverne's show, they're going to have Pat and Chester Lowry with strings and beans. And this is, they've been around the festival in the past, but this is the first time that their group has performed. And we're really looking forward to Chester and all those folks. Also, for the first time this year, a band called South Union, we're looking forward to. Folks who've been to the festival for several years will be familiar with Kings Highway. They're from up in the Owensboro area. Mr. Hargis and his band put on a great show.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Every time they're there. Of course, we wouldn't have a festival without the support of the folks with Ridgetop Ramblers, and then and we're looking forward to that as well. And this year, there's some musicians that you'll recognize, and including most specifically Michael Fagan, who's been a part of our festival for years and years and years. But Michael is with a new band. It's the Tennessee Bluegrass Band, and they're going to wrap up the festival on Saturday night. So it should be a really good show. And I don't want to skip over Larry and Cheryl Chun and a step ahead. Larry and Cheryl are helping out both on Friday night with the competition and the barn dance. A big part of the barn dance is the fiddle band, and the calling. But they're putting all that together, and then they will perform at 2:00 on Saturday. And of course, we have to cut them loose because they've got to get to the Grand Ole Opry, because both of them are part of the Opry Square Dancers. So the lineup's going to start at 11 with Strings and Beans, followed by South Union. Larry and Cheryl will be on about 2. And then we'll have Kings Highway at 3:30, Ridgetop Ramblers at 5. Tennessee Bluegrass Band will go on a little bit after 6:30 and carry us on into the evening. So all the music starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday, and come hungry. We've got some really good food vendors.
All right, who you got
coming this weekend? One outfit that we have not had in the past that we're excited about is Wick's Barbecue. Now, folks around Cross Plains remember True's Barbecue, Juanita Wicks, True at one time. But Juanita Wicks and ran that restaurant for 35 years, and she sold it a few years ago. But she still, makes barbecue sauce, and she had a whole house full of boys, and one of her sons is carrying on the tradition. He lives out of Cross Plains, but he and his spouse bought a food truck. And now it is Wick's Barbecue, and they're going to.
How do you spell that?
W-I-X.
Okay, W-I-X. So don't get confused with Wits.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
A lot of people are like, what?
Yeah, Wick's Barbecue with an X is going to be there on this weekend, and so we're looking forward to. And I'm sure Juanita will be there judging whether or not it holds up to her standards. She'll make sure it does. I guarantee it.
I'm sure Stephen will try that out.
Yeah, we have several other vendors that are returning from the past. We always are happy to have VFW Post 2120. They're doing something new this year. They're dividing and conquering. They are also participating in the car show at the fairgrounds. Although I said
so they're going to do both?
They're going to do both.
Okay, good, because I was worried.
Yeah, well, I was too. I mean, but
they're just part of the tradition.
It's the first time that they've tried to do this, so it may never happen again. But they will be at both our event and that car show. Of course, I said if there's a drop of rain on Saturday, half of those cars are not going to be there because that's the way those folks are.
We're rain or shine.
We are rain or shine. That's important. Thanks for mentioning that, because thanks to Dan and Set 'em Up Tents out of Greenbrier, we're going to get that tent set up, and we're going to share on social media when we're setting that tent up. If anybody wants to come out and help, we'll give you that opportunity. It's not hard work. You just have to listen.
It's good bonding time.
It's good bonding time. You have to listen to Dan. And I always want to do it a lot quicker. Dan's like, no, you take your time. But we've got Dan's ginormous tent that we're going to set up there, and that's great, for both rain and for sun. Because if we don't have rain, we're going to have some sun. One nice thing about having it in May is we do have a lot more shade from the trees. A lot of my friends will come and set up at the crest of the hill there. Under the shade trees, but you can get it back under the tent to get out of the elements, whatever they are. But it just makes the whole thing, because the stage is covered, so the performers or the cloggers and the bands on Saturday would be covered. And I've been looking at the weather, but I can't do anything about it. So we're just going to move forward. Pray is all you can do. So we're optimistic though that we'll make it work. Yeah. And we've had substantial rain in the past. We've had, little misting rain in the past. And ever since we started using the tents, we've been able to stay outside and had a good time.
And then plus you have that beautiful barn.
Absolutely. And that we have in the last few years, as you'll recall, if the weather really gets, substantial, we can go inside the barn. It's sort of a self-regulating thing. If the rain is heavy, people aren't there. So the crowd is reduced and they just pick up their lawn chairs and we go in the barn. And the folks with JBM Sound, who have done our sound ever since we started, this really is the only festival that they do anymore. But they are prepared and they know how to do it. They just pick up the speakers, carry them in the barn, and of course all a lot of the mics are cordless anyway. So we can put on a pretty good show inside the barn.
In addition to the barn, you got those new restrooms.
Absolutely. I take that for granted now because we've had it for 2 years. But I can't say enough about the city of Cross Plains and what they've done to improve that park. And anybody that comes, into Cross Plains, even if you're not coming for Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival this weekend, swing through Kilgore Park and take a look. It is just an incredible facility. We've got ball fields. They're working on a soccer field. It's just a great place, great walking trail that in the past year they have paved, makes it a lot easier to walk. We actually walked from my house up there yesterday, walked the trail and walked back home. And it's just a great facility. And if you've never seen the concert area, it's just spectacular. This is an authentic, East Robertson tobacco barn down on Honey Run Creek. That was just a part of the farm that was purchased by the city years ago. And, they could have torn it down. They could have sold the lumber, but what they did is they preserved it and then they added on to it. They added a stage with some contributions from the Randolph family and made it a really great showplace. And it's a great place to have the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, but it's also a great place to have any kind of event. And so they've had weddings there, they've had parties there.
So people can rent
church
it.
events. Yeah, it's available. Talk to the city. They're great to work with. And we've got a great pavilion at the top of the hill that people use for different events. So it's an outstanding, park system. And one thing, as you're going into Cross Plains, if you're coming from Springfield, you'll pass the Valine Cemetery on the right with the Thomas Kilgore Historic Marker. Once you pass that cemetery, the property on both sides of the road from there down to the creek now belongs to the city as well. They purchased it a few years ago. And so that is part of the park system, and eventually they'll develop it into some things. If you want to stop as you come into Cross Plains on the right, you'll see the barns there. There's they both the newest looking barn is still almost a century old, but the older barn, we're not exactly sure of the age of it, but it's a log barn that used to be across the road, and the city moved it and preserved it and put a new foundation under it. So it's some neat stuff to see. But then roll on in, and if you've never been to Kilgore Park, it's behind East Robertson High School. So you'll see the sign. You'll see the new sign that they just put up for East Robertson High School, but head down to the high school and you'll see the sign for Kilgore Park there. And we'll be putting up signs this week for.
And remember, you have to pass the ball fields, because I've actually had some people that couldn't find it because they didn't go far enough.
They saw the sign for Kilgore Park, but then didn't go.
They didn't go over.
Yeah. Oh, and absolutely, you're right. You have to go over the hill and then keep going.
Yeah, because down you got.
We are down on Honey Run Creek, and it's a great thing for the kids too. I was there, as I said yesterday, and it's a little muddy. You might want to bring a change of shoes if the kids are going to get in the creek. But you can go right behind the concert stage and down the hill, and you're in a really shallow creek. It's great for skipping rocks, and the kids will be muddy this weekend.
Very cool. And then they can bring their corn. You have some cornhole out, but you can also people can bring.
Oh yeah, bring your cornhole, bring your
Frisbees.
I guess bring your Frisbee. Let's see how good you are at Frisbee. We'll have a checkout on that. And as you mentioned, the restrooms, the city has installed restrooms at the bottom of the hill. So if you haven't been to the festival in a few years, it's no more porta potties. Thank you to Volunteer Porta Potty for your service over the years, but we don't need you anymore because we've got nice, clean restrooms down at the bottom of the hill. And if you've got older folks that you want to bring, or anybody that's got any kind of infirmity, we've got golf carts that are going to be running up and down the hill, taking folks up back to their cars when they need to. So we make it easy for you to get in and out.
How many years have y'all been doing this?
Oh, we've got to figure
Ish.
that out.
Ish. Ish is fine.
We think it's 11.
Okay, that's good.
We've got to go back and count.
Yeah.
One thing, I haven't seen it yet, but I understand they're planning on doing it, is they're going to put the posters from past years up in the barn.
That'd be fun.
So I'll find out, I guess.
Like framed ones all along, so
Yeah,
people can
just
see.
to
That's a good idea.
because it's a great history, and all the posters, and we'll have the legitimate posters, not just the little copies, for sale there.
Those are so cool.
Yeah, that Mike Armistead of the Tennessee Mafia Bluegrass Band has put together over the years. But they're a great time capsule to show you who's been involved, who's played over the years, and especially I especially like the ones where we have the photos. We don't always have the photos of the bands, but you'll see the bands have changed over the years. You'll see, oh, I forgot that guy used to play with that band, and now, and in some cases now he's with another band.
Oh yeah.
And the reality is, who's in the picture may not be who's on the stage.
Right.
They may pick somebody up. They may somebody might not be able to make it for other.
Well, I love that yellow one with like the retro square dancers on.
Oh
it.
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
He's
one.
got some great. He pulls out some great clip art, and we appreciate Mike and all of his support of the festival over the years. We also appreciate our sponsors. The Farmers Bank has been a big sponsor and is the biggest sponsor of the festival this year. We also get support from economic development and tourism here in Robertson County. So thanks to Experience Robertson County. Myself and Rebecca with Exit Prime Realty are a sponsor this year, and we'll also mention Spot Coolers, who's been a in-kind and financial supporter of the event. Demetria White and Brittany Graves Smith with Remax Realty here in Springfield on the square are big supporters. The city of Cross Plains, of course, gives us incredible in-kind support, and the Cross Plains Community Chamber is also a sponsor of ours. A new sponsor this year, and she's particularly interested in the square dancing, is Jennifer Davis with Compass Realty, and we appreciate her coming out. She's posted some clips already when we were out at the park shooting Tennessee Rhythm recently. Cross Plains Piggly Wiggly, the locally owned grocery right there in Cross Plains, big supporters of us. I mentioned Set 'em Up Tents and JBM Sound, and Thomas Drugs, the longest continually operated pharmacy in the state of Tennessee, is also a sponsor this year. We appreciate all of those, and anybody that wants to support bluegrass music, we don't do it for money. I'll guarantee you that.
Well, I was going to say, $10 admission for a 2-day festival is just amazing. And if you have little kids, that is a whole family outing for $20.
Yeah, absolutely. 12 and under get in free, and we want to make it affordable. That's a conversation we have over and over again. It's like, should we raise the price? Well, will we make any more money, or will it keep people away? So it's a challenge.
It's just so awesome, and it's so inspirational too, with all those kids and the contests. I know that some kids get turned on to playing a musical instrument by watching that contest.
Well, and the thing the story I love to tell is anybody that's been around the festival knows Noah and Lily Goebel, who are just outstanding, young people. Even if they never picked up a musical instrument, they're great kids. And I say kids because they started when they were really young. They participated in these competitions, and even before we had competitions, they were there hanging out. But now, because of the festival, they were there and met Cutter and Cash. Oh. Now they're a part of their band. Now that band has appeared on the Grand Ole Opry.
Right.
So and Noah is still a kid, really.
Right.
He's still a teenager. So
speaking of Cutter and Cash, we're actually going to be having them on because they're going to be part of that Sunday morning country.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be having them come in the studio. Stephen and I are singing that day at Sunday.
Oh, that's very cool.
Too. Yeah. So, but yeah, we love those guys. But yeah, you just don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to get inspired by at this festival.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Awesome.
And it is, and that's a great point. If you've got a kid that you think might want to, get into music, bring them out and let them see, because it's amazing. I tell people, when you first hear, it's a youth music competition or junior fiddle, you think, I've got these pictures of
amateur night,
a little child trying to play Lady of Spain. There are some really little kids doing some incredible job of playing music, and it's just great to see and to hear, and we have a good time. So come on out. So again, Friday night, we're going to start at 5 with the competitions. And once we wrap the competitions up, it all depends on how many competitors we have, but usually it's 90 minutes or so. Then we're going to go inside the barn and have a big square dance, and it is a lot of fun. And then Saturday, the music's going to start at 11. Your ticket on Friday gets you in both days, so come out for both events. Come hungry because we'll have food vendors Friday night and Saturday, and we'll have music all Saturday afternoon. Laverne's going to be there as our MC again. We appreciate that, and we just have a big old time in Cross Plains, Tennessee.
That's awesome. We're going to give the contact information in just a minute, but before we do that, let me just do a sponsor break, and then when we come back, we'll give the website and all that kind of stuff if they have questions. All right, well, spring, as you can see, guys, it's in full bloom, and Southside Drug wants to remind you that they are ready to serve you with not only their full-service pharmacy, but also locally sourced unique gifts. Many local makers and bakers now have their goods at Southside, so you never know what will pop up there, from delicious homemade bread to beautiful fresh flowers. So stop in and soak in some hometown charm at Southside, located at 1000 South Main Street in Springfield. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, you can visit SouthsideDrugCo.com. We appreciate Southside's being a sponsor of the Go Show ever since day one. So thank you, Southside. Make sure you tell them that you heard about them on Lee Marie. All right, we have Barry Richards here, and he's going to give us the information if you need to maybe go to a website or a Facebook page or a phone number.
Yeah, you'll find us on all kinds of social media, Facebook and Instagram, even TikTok, because we have such cool videos to share. So look for Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. You can also go to kilgorestation.com, and we have the whole schedule online, the times. If you have a favorite band you want to catch, we'll have just click on schedule and you'll see that. You can buy tickets in advance if you want to buy some tickets and send them to your friends. That's fine. Don't feel like you have to, though, because you can also buy them at the door. $10 for adults, 12 and under, get in free, and that ticket is good for Friday night and all day Saturday. So look for Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival wherever you go online, and we'll be there Friday night all day Saturday. Rain or shine, bring your lawn chair. It is festival seating. We do have some bleachers, not a lot though, so we don't want too many people to show up without something to sit on.
So we have a question. People want to know: is the vendor spots closed, or can they still get a vendor spot?
We might be able to fit in some more vendors. Tell them, to go to the website and hit the I believe there's I don't want to send somebody astray. Text them my phone number there.
Okay, all right.
And I'll.
So there might be. It's not definite, but there might be a vendor spot.
I have to check with the person in charge of the vendor spots to know for sure.
Well, what fun! This is definitely my favorite event every year.
It's a lot of fun.
Love it, especially the Dance Friday night. That is just so much fun. It really is. So don't worry. You don't need a partner. You don't need any experience. Cheryl is an outstanding square dance caller. Just amazing.
They make it easy on you. And you're a great square dance caller, too. Let me put that.
No. Cheryl's the best.
But we appreciate you coming and dancing and encouraging other folks, too. So.
And we'll probably do some line dancing, too. So,
yes, that's true. Thanks for mentioning that. Because a lot of people come out and go, I want to line dance. Well, you'll get your chance.
That's right.
And some two-stepping.
There you go. All right. Well, we look forward to it. And I know you got another meeting. So thank you so much for coming out. We'll see you this weekend.
All right. We'll see you.
Rain or shine. All right, thanks so much, Barry. I always want to call him Barry Williams because I grew up watching
The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. It was my favorite show, Friday nights, 8 o'clock, Channel 7, followed by The Partridge Family.
Oh, it's good to see you. Call me whatever you want to.
See you later, Mr. Barry. All right, excellent job. No. Oh, okay. Very cool. Excellent. Yes, I forgot he is Mr. Tech as well, so... All right, that was Barry, and of course you guys are all going to go to Kilgore this weekend, rain or shine. Super duper excited for that. And I heard a rumor that tomorrow at the Good Morning Robertson County briefing, which is at the Springfield City Hall, I heard a rumor that there's going to be a drawing for a pair of tickets for Kilgore, so you might even get to go for free. So I might as well tell you about that right now. The every third Thursday, usually, it is going to be at the City Hall in Springfield, and that is just from 7:30 to 8, guys. It is a free event. You don't have to be a member of anything, but you get an update from not only the county chamber, but also the county mayor and also the city of Springfield as well. So it's a great opportunity, guys, a half hour of your month, and you can really get a lot of information. You can also run into a lot of people that you probably have questions for and meet people. So I always tell people go at 7:15 because you can start talking to people because they are very strict about, which is great. They start right at 7:30 and they end right at 8. So, if you have a work day, you don't have to worry about being late or anything like that. All right. So again, that is tomorrow because tomorrow is Thursday. Today is Wednesday, which means, guys, there are so many amazing midweek studies going on. Robertson County has so many awesome churches. And I know that tonight is Shannon and John Baumgartner's last one of Biblical Foundations of Freedom. But remember, all of those are standalone studies as well. So you can certainly still come to Grace Baptist in Springfield. It is off of Tom Austin Highway on Walling Road. And their study tonight starts at 6:45 p.m. And you can get information because I know that they are going to be starting up another series really soon. So they are with Wellspring Ministries of Springfield. I cannot recommend them enough because I have seen miracles just happen left and right through their ministry and through their praying. And so I highly recommend them. So again, tonight at Grace Baptist, 6:45, you can go still to Shannon and John's Biblical Foundations of Freedom study right there at Grace Baptist. All right, guys, as you know, on my Facebook page, I always start just loading down things that are coming up in Springfield. One thing I want to tell you guys, Monday night, we had an awesome Tennessee Firearms Association potluck, and Caleb Stratton was there from the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency. He did an amazing job. We had so many questions for him. One thing that I found very interesting is, there was all that scare about, it was coyote mating season, watch your dogs, watch your cats. And I said, is that still a real threat right now? He said, well, mating season is over, but he said, they still have their little pups now, to feed. But anyway, the other thing that was just so crazy, and I didn't realize this, is he said, really, the bigger threat are owls and eagles because they can pick up animals that you wouldn't think they could, like, baby goats, small dogs, even a beagle. So I was like, oh, great, now I got to be watching the skies as well. But anyways, it's good to know that, that is a real thing. So anyways, but Caleb had a ton of great information. I did go live on Facebook on my page during a big part of his talk because he was talking about the Hunter's Education Program, which is awesome. We do have a date, I believe it's July 19th, if that's a Saturday. And so the state is training people to be able to teach, firearm safety and such to our youth. And so they do need more instructors. And so he talked all about how to get signed up for that. So if you want more information, you can go on my Facebook page and check out the video from TFA for Caleb Stratton, or you can get a hold of him. But it's real important that our kids know firearm safety. And matter of fact, he said that a law had just been passed that I think it's like all ages now are going to be having some type of firearm safety instruction in their classes in the state of Tennessee. So check out that video. All right, I'm going to go down my Facebook page now because that makes it a lot easier for you to follow along. Cindy Norton, thank you so much for your $5 fitness class. I tell you, every day that I take that class, that night I have no pains when I lay down because all of my all the acids have gotten out of my bones and all that. So if you're having pain when you lay down at night, and you have that lactic acid that just has not gotten out, be sure to take Cindy's class. And I wish it was offered more than just one day a week, but you can still get in. It's still an awesome class to have. It is every Monday at 10 a.m. right next to Crossroads Christian Bookstore. And she gives you a bag that has all the colored bands in it, and they're fresh and clean. You get your own personal bands, and it's very useful. It really is. Even Stephen, my husband, who is a stretching expert, he has taken the class too, and he's like, this is great. So come on out. We have a lot of fun. A lot of new friendships are being made in that class. It's only $5, and it's from 10 to 10:30. Also, following that 11, I do a line dance class for fun and fitness. And again, lots of friendships being made there. It's $10 for one or a 12-class punch card for $99. And that line dance class is held Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays at 11 a.m. and then Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. And I am looking to do, I know some people want more night classes, so let me know if you have a group that, like, hey, I got 5 friends and we want to come on Thursday nights or whatever. Like, let me know because I do, I'm in town a lot and I can schedule things. I'm one of those people that can do things last minute, no problem, because I always have a lot of energy. I thank the Lord for that. So, anyways, I can always do extra classes. All right, I'm going down my Facebook page, Pleasant View Community Park. Oh, yeah. The Cruisin' and Groovin' car shows are starting back up, and that's the third Saturday of each month. And so that is this Saturday at 5 p.m. at the Pleasant View Road, 2501 Pleasant View Road in Pleasant View. So much going on. Wow. Okay, May 26th at the Veterans Park. This is, the Isaacs. Okay, so this is in Hendersonville, but when there's stuff that is coming and it's not really that far, like within an hour or so, I also post those because I want you to know about that. It's not that far. Homeschool Day program. Oh, yes. Okay, so Tuesday, May 20th. And this is at 1000 Rosa Parks Boulevard. Make sure you look up that because it looks very cool. I also wanted to mention another homeschool opportunity. The American Legion in Greenbrier, the auxiliary for that, is doing Poppy Day, and that is Friday. It's always the Friday before Memorial Day. And they are going to be giving some little talks to homeschoolers. And so there's both a Robertson County Homeschoolers page and also Homeschoolers of White House page. Those are group pages. So if you are in the homeschool community and you aren't, in those yet, I highly recommend that because a lot of these field trips get posted there. So if you are already in those groups, let me know what time you'd like to bring a group because we can do several little talks. But I want to, it's always more fun when you have a bigger group. So let's find a good time on Friday to support them and come out and hear why we have Poppy Day. All right. So that, again, is at the American Legion in Greenbrier, right on Memorial Boulevard there. Very easy to find. That's where we have our TFA potlucks every second Monday of the month, because remember, Second Amendment meets on the second Monday. But anyways, yes. So we also, if you just regular population, please cruise by the American Legion on Poppy Day and get a poppy and support our auxiliary. You can make a donation or you can just go by, and I think they also had food for sale inside for donation. And when we were there on Monday, we saw these really cool clothespin wreaths, patriotic clothespin wreaths that were for sale as also a fundraiser for them. So please support our auxiliary and our local veterans. All right, there is also this Saturday, the 11th Natural Homesteader Plant Sale, and that is at 2420 Jack Teasley Road in Pleasant View. I already talked about Good Morning Robertson County. That is tomorrow. Cedar Hill Farmers Market is coming, and that is going to be tomorrow because that is the third Thursday. So it starts at 5 p.m. Should be beautiful weather for this one, guys. That is at 290 South Main Street in Cedar Hill. You all know where the ballpark is and Cedar Hill City Hall. So get on out to that farmer's market. It's, I love that farmer's market. I end up getting more stuff at that market than any of them. And, it's not like it's because they have more vendors. They don't, but their vendors are just awesome and friendly. So that's a good time to go out there to Cedar Hill Farmers Market. Okay, I do need to talk about something else that I love, and that is Ridgetop Mower. As you guys know, you hear all those mowers going, and make sure that your mower is in tip-top shape because you don't want to have to go buy another mower, right? There's so many things that you can do to prolong the life of your mower. So make sure that you are seeing Gary over at Ridgetop Mower on a regular basis. And guess what, guys? Ridgetop Mower is in Springfield. It's very close to Lowe's. Not Lowe's, sorry. It's close to Ace Hardware. So it's on Matthew Street, and it's at 1100 Matthew Street. So anyways, he does parts and service. He can pick up and deliver. And then also one cool thing is, you all have some equipment out there that you're like, it would cost more money to fix this than anything. And so if you just want Gary to come pick up equipment so your yard looks beautiful and clutter-free, call him up because he'll come and get it. And so and that's great. It's also good for recycling, right? Because you just get some of those parts back into the world instead of just growing weeds around them, right? So you can get your mower service today. Give them a call. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. And his phone number is 615-855-0044. 615-855-0044. And guess what, guys? If you tell them Lee Marie sent you, you can get 10% off parts and labor. So make sure you do that. Also, that he has still some of the cool, not everybody's got them left, but he does. He still has some of those cool WSGI stickers. So make sure you stop in and get one of those as well. So we love Ridgetop Mower, and we hope you guys will go visit them. All right, so back to calendar items, since I only have 20 minutes left. Oh, goodness, yes. So there is a video right there on my Facebook page. By the way, if you don't know what my Facebook page looks like, it just says Lee Marie. My profile picture is a white circle that in the middle in black letters, it says rule number 1. Underneath that, it says put God at the center of everything, because that is a reminder that I need to make to myself every single minute. Anyways, that's how you find me. And yes, Lee Marie is what I go by for a first name. And let's see. Okay, so the next thing on my Facebook page is the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival. The Tennessee Rhythm Clog Dancers put up a video. You guys, they are so much fun to watch, and they will be dancing on Friday night as well. And I'm sure some of them will be in the competition before the dance. And so you got to check them out. They are so good. And so there's a little sneak peek of them. They put up a video. National Trails Day. I know this is a little bit far off. This is June 7th, but I wanted to make sure you got this on your calendar, which is just a great way to be outside and get a lot, get some education. This is at 401 Old Dunbar Cave Road in Clarksville. And that is Saturday, June 7th at 9:30 a.m. Let's see, Family Fun Night, Monday, May 19th. Okay, that's this Monday, and that's going to be at Deja Mu in Springfield. So you can click on that for more information. Oh, goodness, there's a lot coming. All right. There is a monthly the Robertson County Historical Society is having a lecture. So Steve Jarrell is going to be speaking May 19th at 7 p.m. That looks like a good one to attend. And then a Night of Champions at Springfield Baptist Church with special guest Gabe Judy Lally. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you can go on and see the Night of Champions invite right there. It is Wednesday, July 9th at 6 p.m. I know that's a little far off, but some of these things, guys, you want to get on your calendar because, I don't know about you, but my calendar fills up really fast. Like you look in the little squares, there's like 3 things at each time because there's so much going on, guys. So if you're out there and you're like, oh, there's nothing going on, like, well, come out from under the rock that you chose to crawl under and start looking. Like, I love searching Facebook for events because it's so easy. Just click on events. And like, I'm not pushing Facebook. I mean, you can just make a private Facebook page just so you can check out local events. But anyway, I do encourage churches and groups with family-friendly events happening. Please post them. Make an event invite, okay? Event invite, all right? Because those are the easiest thing for people like me to find events. You can post a little flyer and stuff, but unless it's an event invite, I won't usually find it because I don't have time to go to every single church's Facebook page or website. And so sometimes you guys will see me, talking about stuff in Ashland City and Pleasant View and Clarksville. Well, I'd love to be speaking just more about all Robertson County, but guess what, guys? A lot of you hide your events and I can't find them. So the ones that, squeaky wheel gets the oil. If you're out there on Facebook putting them in the event section, they will come up a lot better. There's going to be the Nashville Symphony is going to be doing a free concert at River Bluff Park. And that is Saturday, June 14th at 7:30 p.m. 233 Tennessee Waltz Parkway. So that is also on my Facebook page if you want more information. And, oh, yeah, Mark Trammell Quartet. Make sure you put this on your calendar because this is Thursday, July 10th at 7 p.m. at my favorite place to see all of these Southern Gospel quartets, and that is at Ebenezer Baptist Church. So I have seen the Mark Trammell Quartet before, and they are awesome. So make sure you go out. That is 7 p.m. on Thursday, July 10th. All right, there is Cheryl Chun right there, a little video. And she, like I said, she is so awesome calling those square dance. Okay, the very next video, there's Caleb Stratton. And he was at the TFA. TennesseeFirearms.com is a state organization. However, many cool counties in the state of Tennessee have their own chapter. We have a chapter in Robertson County. Like I said, it meets the second Monday of every month at 6 p.m. for potluck and 6:30 for program. There is usually a theme to the potluck. The one in June I know is kind of like a summer kickoff. So we're saying, hey, wear your Hawaiian shirts. And I think the summer theme is going to be aloha. So, it's an optional theme for the potluck. You don't have to follow it. But okay, so the next video on my Facebook page is actually a video of the potluck portion, because I usually go live showing the food so you guys can see what you're missing. We have some really good chefs in our group, so make sure you come and hang out. Again, that TFA meeting, it's free and it's all ages. So why wouldn't you want to come and have a fabulous dinner and, invite your family and bring your kids? Okay, the next video are some students doing Cindy Norton's class for stretching. So as you can see, they're in that building right next to Crossroads. Oh, and guys, my line dancing now, we've moved inside of Crossroads. So you actually go into the store, go down those several steps in the back, and I'm doing my line dance now on that beautiful wooden dance floor with the wooden walls. It's so beautiful, and the acoustics are so great. If you're interested in partnering up and doing anything there, get a hold of me, because we do still have some other times. I'd like to see some more Christian wellness people coming on with that. All right, I need to do another commercial break because we have so many awesome sponsors, and I don't want to miss anybody. All right, so we do have UPS. Make sure you go in and, guess what? We have some birthdays coming up. First off, our fabulous production assistant, Linda, is having a birthday on Sunday. So if you see her out and about, make sure you wish Miss Linda a very happy birthday. And also, we do have, shortly after that, we have Deborah Grant, who is a good friend of ours. And so you can also wish Miss Deborah a happy birthday as well when you go into UPS. So speaking of UPS, it is your one-stop shop for all your printing needs, packing, shipping, office products, business cards, blueprints, document shredding. They do everything, and they do it all with a smile, and they are so friendly. A lot of things are same-day service, guys. So make sure you check out UPS, located at 513 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield. You can call them at 615-384-0093. 615-384-0093. But again, guys, it's just really good to just go in there too, especially if you have some complicated thing that you need to show them. And they're amazing. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I made this flyer and my margins are wonky and I couldn't fix it. Like they'll be like, okay, they'll bring it up on their computer and they'll help me out. So it's really great, especially for people that are a little bit less, techie. I did know that they were running some specials. I don't know if it's still going on, but I know they did have a coupon that was like 20% off of invitations, which I know there's a lot of graduations going on right now. So you can ask them if that's still going. They usually also have a 250 Amazon gift card giveaway for people when they fill out the survey feedback little thing there. So they probably still have that going on. All right, I do want to talk about one other sponsor that is nearby, and that's DK Styles. So they have tanning as well as haircuts and colors for everyone, every age, kids, adults, and they do styling, color perms, waxing, and tans. And tanning is only $35 a month or $8 a tan. They are a big supporter of our military and first responders. And guys, don't forget that May is Military Appreciation Month. And so there are several military holidays in the month of May. It's not just Memorial Day. So make sure that you are being extra supportive of our military. I know that DK Styles gives them haircuts for only $20. DK Styles are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, and Saturdays 8 to 3. DK Styles is located at 3538 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield. So you can call today for an appointment, 615-384-8999. Again, that is 615-384-8999. Be sure to tell them that Lee Marie sent you. All right. Very good. Back to our fun stuff. I do need to look up something because I wanted to tell you about some of the awesome camps that are coming to Coldstream. And Coldstream is not that far away, guys. It is in Adams. So from this radio station, it's probably about 17 minutes. They've got some wonderful youth camps coming up, guys. And so you want to make sure that you check those out, get the kiddos signed up. I know some probably have already filled up, but for instance, they have a day camp for K5 to 3rd, and that is June 16 to 20. And then their elementary camp is June 23rd to June 27th. Let's see, they have a day camp for 3rd to 5th, and that is June 30th to July 3rd. And then middle school camp, July 7 to 11. High school camp is July 14th to the 18th. And registration has been open for quite a while, guys. So some of these dates may already be filled up, but you can go ahead and contact them. Their website is coldstreamchristiancamp.org. Again, that's coldstreamchristiancamp.org, and they have places that you can rent. Your church can rent the whole fairgrounds, or you can just rent like the Potter's House if you're just having like a smaller conference. But they have a lot of facilities over there, and we hope that you will get a hold of them. Roger and Heather's family run it, and they are just amazing. Their phone number is 615-696-2208. That's 615-696-2208. Their office hours are 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. But they do have a great voicemail situation because they will return your call and set up a tour. Okay, their address is 4730 Goodman Road in Adams. Again, that's 4730 in Goodman Road in Adams. So check them out, guys, because I am still surprised how many people don't know about this wonderful campsite. It really is cool, and they have a lot of facilities for you. So you can even, when you rent the whole campground, you also get the kayaks and the fire pit area and the whole. I mean, it's just they have a lot of fun things there, guys. And we really need to be in nature more. And there's a reason why events like retreats are out in nature, because we need that. We need to get grounded and get back to where God intended us to be. So make sure you take advantage of Coldstream Christian Camp, and we appreciate them being one of our cool sponsors here at the Go Show. I had to remember, I filled in for U-Turn so much that I almost said one street over. But and don't forget, guys, U-Turn Laverne Show is on every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. My show is every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then, of course, we have the Wild Doc on, and he comes on every first Friday of every month with answering difficult health questions, guys. So if you have something that you're stumped by all means, send it over to Wild Doc. If you're tired of keep going for more tests, even though you're like, well, my insurance covers all my tests. Well, yeah, but you're spending a lot of money in gas going to strange counties for all these tests when you can just go to Wild Doc once and he can probably tell you what your problem is. I've seen that happen more than once. Just saying, guys. Okay, Teen Wildlife Camp. This is something very cool that's coming up at Coldstream. And so that is going to be with the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency. And so this is very interesting. Because this is kids get to experience what it's like to work in the field of wildlife management. So you get to participate in hands-on activities with wildlife professionals, including officers of the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency. You also get to learn from university staff about the different wildlife programs available to college students. And so this is great, guys. It's just something you wouldn't think of, but there's some really wonderful jobs in that field. And how rewarding they are. I know that Caleb absolutely loves his job, and he was in law enforcement before going into that. So there's college programs, there's a lot of different things, and so you can get real-world experience in nature by coming to this Teen Wildlife Camp. And space is limited, so you got to make sure that you go on, and the actual website for the tickets is coldstream.jumbula.com/wildlife camp/Tennessee Wildlife Camp. But you can go to my Facebook page and you will see the Teen Wildlife Camp, which is June 2nd to June 4th. And it looks like it goes from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Or at least that's what Facebook said. So, and I have to remember, guys, sometimes Facebook will say something and it's not right. So you always want to kind of go through, when you're making your invite, sometimes it will populate a time that isn't necessarily the right time. I found something this week actually, and I said, it's saying that your event on Saturday is starting at 5, but I know that it's starting at 11. And so they looked at it and go, oh yeah, Facebook just populated that in. So make sure you double check everything before you go out. It's always good to click on the detail part because, a lot of times that's in okay. So Barry did just text me that if people are interested in still seeing if there is a vendor spot left, Carolyn is the person that you would want to talk to, and she is at 615-779-1953. Again, that's 615-779-1953. Carolyn Howerton, and she is the one that's in charge of the vendors. Wow. Carolyn, is there anything that you don't do? She is also the newest president of the Greenbrier Historical Society. And she also has wonderful farm fresh eggs and such. She is an extremely hard worker, and I see her out and about at a lot of events. And so, anyways, you can contact Carolyn to ask her if there is still a spot for you, because this is a great way to get exposure for your business or your company, your nonprofit, whatever it is. You can set up a tent right along the walkway, and so it's just fun. It's not like you're like in a bunch of like a parking lot or something. You get to like be in nature, so that's awesome, and you get to meet a lot of new friends because not everybody goes to some of the other things, but it's a different group. Oh yeah, May 10th. Oh, that already happened. Never mind. So anyways, yeah, scroll through my Facebook page and you can see, oh, here was something I definitely want to tell you about, because this is tomorrow, and tomorrow is only the second day of the class. And so you can still join, and that is the Biblical Citizenship in Modern America. And that is every Thursday. I want to say it's like about 10 weeks or so. Let me see if I can tell. But it just started, guys, last Thursday. I'm going to click on and see if it tells me how many. No, so it's a fun and informative U.S. Constitution course. It starts at 6:30 p.m. It runs from now until June 22nd, okay? June 26th, so you still have time. This is a free admission class, guys. So, especially if you've got some homeschoolers, this could be a very good thing to bring the older kids to. But it does say all ages welcome. So invite a friend. And this is through patriotacademy.com. But you can go to my Facebook page. You can find where it says Constitution Course, Biblical Citizenship. And so it's 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And these are being held at Purpose Life Church, 805 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield. And so I believe that's probably in that back dining room area, unless it has grown. If it has grown too big, then it'll be in the sanctuary in the front. But again, that is a free course, Biblical Citizenship, and that is every Thursday until June 26th. So that is awesome. All right. Have I done all my sponsors, Miss Linda, Miss Birthday Girl? Did I see I did Coldstream, Southside, Ridgetop, UC? Yes, I did. All right, excellent. I'm going to flip through my calendar real quick to make sure I haven't missed anything awesome. And guys, please share this show, because, if I share it, it only goes to like 2 people. But if you send it on your messenger, then it's going to go to a lot more people. And just tell them, hey, you're looking for calendar stuff? Lee Marie every Wednesday goes through a bunch of calendar stuff. Here's a date to add to your calendar. July 26th is going to be the WDBL/WSGI celebrating 75 years in broadcasting. So that's going to be super fun. That's going to be at 3 p.m. at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Greenbrier. More information is still coming out on our big anniversary, but that's going to be something extremely fun. You're going to want to make sure that you get that on your calendar. All right, what are we in? We're in May. So today is May 14th. Tomorrow is May 15th. What does that mean? That means that is when the registration link opens for those that are wanting to get one of those free education scholarships from the state of Tennessee. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you better go to the state page and look for the education scholarships link. You need to be ready, because tomorrow all 20,000 are going to be gobbled up. They are really expecting about 50,000 people to crash the site. So make sure you are close to a computer that has high-speed internet, because most likely that is really what's going to drive this. So 10,000 are based on income, 10,000 are just first come, first serve. So make sure you have all your documents ready to upload for that application process. And so if you need more information, like I said, I know there is a link. There is also a link on my Facebook page. It's pretty far down, so I'm going to have to go see it and repost it so that it pops up closer. But again, that's May 15th is when that opens up to be able to get some scholarship money to attend the school of your choice for the state of Tennessee. This is the first time that they're doing this, so they're expecting a large group crash in the system. So just want to make sure you're aware of that. I'm almost out of time, so I'm just going to look at my June calendar real quick. Of course, every first Friday of the month is the First Friday Market. So that'll be coming. Oh, Sunday Morning Country. Want to tell you about that? That is such a cool thing. I went last year, and it's at the Grand Ole Opry, and it is a Christian music fest. It goes from like about 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Super fun, guys. It's tickets at the door are $85, but you can get some pre-sale tickets through some of the people that are in it for $35. And this does support the Christian musicians and singers in Middle Tennessee. It's a great event. And so, again, it's 4 p.m. on June 8th. It's a Sunday. And I'll have more of that. Matter of fact, Cutter and Cash are going to be in that. And so I just reached out to them yesterday and I said, hey, you want to come in and tell people about it? Because I saw them last year in it. And it was such an inspiring, and they had a patriotic portion. It was just super fun. So put that date on your calendar, a Sunday Morning Country, and that is going to be on Sunday, June 8th at 4 p.m. at the Grand Ole Opry. And you'll see some of the people you know singing in that, including me and Stephen. So anyways, that is what's coming on. And again, you guys, I just want to remind you, invite people out to do stuff. All right? Just call them up. Say, what are you doing? Will you go with me to this? Can I pick you up? Go out. There's so many awesome things. All right, it's already 9 o'clock, so I have to sign off. But thanks for being with me, guys. I look forward to seeing all of you at Grace Baptist tonight, at Shannon and John's class. And then, of course, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at the Good Morning Robertson County. And then, of course, Kilgore Festival. I will be there all weekend. So I look forward to seeing you there. And again, Linda's birthday is Sunday, so make sure you wish her a happy birthday. All right, guys, I love y'all. God bless. Make it a great day. You've been listening to 1100 WSGI.